What's up, brick builders? Today's build is A-Wing. This is set number 912060-1. Year it came out was 2020. Age group 6 plus, and it's got a piece count of 44. Hello folks, Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Welcome to another build video, and this is a nice little build of the A-Wing. This was a free Lego set with the Star Wars Lego magazine issue number 7. So it's a pretty early set from the magazine back in 2020. It's a nice little build, plenty of really cool pieces, lots of plates and lots of snot bricks and all sorts of other good bits and pieces. Lots of cool pieces to add to your parts collection if you're a parts collector like me. Yeah, let's dive in and build it, shall we? Here we go, there's our parts. I had to turn the light a little bit because it was too bright on one side, so I do apologize if it's a bit shadowy. The instructions we have on a video, and that video is from Brick Instructions dash fan site on YouTube. And we're going to start off with a 2x6 dark red plate. Yes, this is the brittle red. Ooh. But that had been changed over the years, so hopefully with a bit of luck none of this is going to break. So we've got a 2x6 dark red, and we're going to go one stud in from the left hand side here, and we're going to put a 2x2 yellow plate down. So we go one stud in and then drop them down a 2x2. Then we're going to put a 1x6 white plate straight across the back end like that. So this is going to be the back, this is going to be the front. And then we've got this really cool angled plate. Now, this is quite nice. It's a 4x6 plate. So it's 6 studs wide. And then it's got a 4 stud cutout piece in there as well. That cutout piece is going to be ideal for this yellow plate because we're going to pop that over the top like that. And that gives us our point of the A-Wing. Next, it kind of looks like a fried egg in there as well, doesn't it? Go flip it over, and then we're going to put 2 1x2s across this plate here and that angled plate just to secure those in place. Again, those are red, or dark red, sorry. So we've got 2 dark red 1x2s just like that. So you kind of got this little cross formation underneath. Flip it back over, and we're going to drop 2 1x1 snot bricks, and we got the stud on one side and one on the top. You want the stud on the side, on the front there, to face out like that. So we got one on one side and one on another. Very handy pieces, very handy pieces. And then we're going to put 2 1x2 snot bricks with 2 studs on the front, 2 studs on the top. Again, you want the studs on the outside there because this is what's going to hold the engine plate on and the gun plate. And we want another one of those. Doesn't look like a fried egg so much now, does it? And then we're going to put a 2x4 light bluish grey plate across the back end here of the cockpit. And that's going to go straight across there like that. So if you think about this as the engines and the guns, this is going to be the cockpit area. So we're just going to pop that straight across like that. And then we're going to build this up. So we want a 1x2 dark red plate, and that's going to go and cover that yellow stud. And then we want a 2x2 just in the middle of this 2x4 light bluish grey, and again that's another dark red, and that brings this up nice and level. Here we have like this step down feature that is going to be for the curved brick. So this is going to be this curved brick here. That's going to pop in just like that, and that is a 2x4 curved brick. And then we're going to put some 1x2 curved plates across here. Now, I don't know why they used a light bluish grey plate. You could change that for a white one just to make it look a little bit nicer. I'll show you the reason why in a minute. So we're going to take 4 of these. We're going to have 2 on each side. So there's one that goes across there like that. Yeah. And then there's one that goes across like that to give this nice little shape. Now, again, you can see the light bluish grey plate there. If you had a white plate, that would be much better and it wouldn't show up. That's all I'm saying on that is it just doesn't make any sense to have a light bluish grey plate. I'm not quite sure what the idea was behind that. So we're going to do these curved bricks on this side as well. There we go. And that's pretty much the front end done without the cockpit. So we're going to build up the back engines now, and we're going to take two 1x2 jumper plates. Period correct, it's the inside stud holder, so these are fairly recent, and we're going to pop one on the back end there, and that holds those bricks in place. And then we're going to pop another one next to it, leaving this 2x2 stud area. The next part of the video, just go fast forward the video a little bit, there we go. We want a 2x2 dark red plate right there, and then we want to flip it upside down, and we're going to give it some landing gear. Okay, so we're going to put a 1x2 dark red plate here at the end of that 2x6, and then we want two on here. Is it two on there? Nope, one across here, like so. So that's its landing gear. Where are you rolling off to? So it kind of sits there. And then we're going to put a jumper plate across here. Again, it's another 1x2 white one. So it kind of gives that step down feature. And that is for this 1x3 curved brick in dark red. And those just go straight across the jumper plates like that. That gives us our tail fin. And then we want our cockpit. We've got this really nice trans clear curved brick. Very, very cool. You only see these, well, you don't very often see these, or I haven't seen these very often in trans clear. Trans brown, yes. Trans clear, it's nice to have one of those. It's going to go on those two studs there like that. And there's our cockpit. Now all we need to do is build up the wing parts here and the guns. So we got these plate specials here. These 3x4. So 3 studs down by 4 studs across. Plate special with the 4 studs going across the middle. You would see this very commonly in the CMF Lego sets, you know, the collectible minifigure Lego sets, because this would be the CMF stand. So your minifigure would sit and stand on these studs here. Brilliant for that. But for this, we're going to be using it for wings. So we're going to take this 1x4 white plate. I'm going to pop that underneath our 3x4. And then on the top here, we're going to have a 1x2 red plate. That's just going to sit right in the middle, like that. And then we're going to have this 1x1 bracket with the bracket dropping down. So there's a 1x1 plate special there with a bracket, and then we're going to pop that on one end like so. That's where our engine's going to attach to. And then we're going to finish this off with these really cool looking double jumper plates. So you've got 2 studs on the top there, and again it's an inside stud holder, dark red, and that's just going to go straight across all 3 of those studs like that. And that's one side done. So we're going to do the other side. Again, we're going to do the same thing. 1x4 behind, the 2x2 in the middle, and the bracket. And it doesn't matter which way you do it, because you can turn them around. Okay, so got to do exactly the same, and you just either turn them around. Our jumper plate. There we go. And now we want to add the engines. So the engines, we're going to take 1x1 circular white stud, pop that on top of the bracket, and then we got a trans yellow 1x1 circular stud, and that's closed a solid stud, not an open stud. Pop that on top of that white one, and that's our engines done. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. Pop the stud on there, and the yellow. And then we've got the guns. So we got an open stud 1x1 white cylinder, and that is going to go on this white stud here. And then we've got this plate special with a bar on the end, and then it's got a hole in the middle, so it looks like a cannon. And we're just going to pop that on top of the cylinder, and you want it facing the other way from the engine, because this is your gun. So we'll do that again on this side, and there, on there, and then we're just going to pin this to these studs here, like that, and like that, and there you have this absolutely fantastic looking A-wing. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You can tell what it is. And for 44 pieces, that's really, really cool. It's got some nice pieces, like I say, that are involved in this set, like these plate specials here. The double jumpers, the curved brick, really, really cool. I think people would probably stay away from this, or try to stay away from this set, because of the history of the dark red Lego parts. But as you can see, we managed to assemble that no problem without breaking anything. Super, super cool little ship. Looks really fast. Don't know how well it's going to do on the ramp though. It might actually do okay. It might actually do okay. Let's have a go. Yay! And it landed it. First time. All right. Best of 3. Oh, nice. Good takeoff. Can I catch it? Ah, perfect. Perfect. There we go. It passes the MC ramp test. And there we go. Fantastic looking A-wing. Nice little model to display. Can't wait to build the minifig scale one, but this is, I think this is our first A-wing or our second A-wing that we've made. Slight differences and a lot bigger. Super, super cool. There we go, folks. I managed to adjust my camera in a way that it will focus a little bit better on the model without having to autofocus. So it does blur out the background a little bit. There is a bit of a light shine here because I turned the ring light. So I do apologize for that little bit. It does look a little bit washed out on this camera as well. But there you go. You get the gist of the size of this this little model. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic for a free Lego set that you would have got with a magazine. I would have loved this. Absolutely loved this. I'd have been like, ooh, look at all the pieces. And it's very, very swishy. So swishy. Swishy, passes the ramp. What more could you want? And also cool pieces and a cool model. Folks, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share amongst your friends, family, and everything else, because I'm really forgetting what to say. Dear, oh dear. Could you not tell? And also, don't forget, put your notifications onto all so you don't miss us in the next video. I'm Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Peace.